So, Bukayo Saka, one of the most promising talents today. He has speed, dribbling, and a nice shot, but that's not all. Because Saka actually also has a lot of small tricks, which I've studied. And today we're going to show you 5 things that you can learn from Saka himself. So, grab your notepad and let's get to it. Now, the first thing to learn from Saka is what we can call the teasing touch. You've probably also seen Messi doing this move a bunch of times as well, but maybe without even noticing just how effective it is, because it's just so subtle. The way it works is that you tap the ball with your instep and pretend that you're going for a full speed long touch, but instead you just tap it softly again and again until the defender is out of patience, and believe me, after 2 or 3 touches, he will be. Then, whenever you see the defender take a step towards you, that is when you make your move. Now here you have 2 options. Either you can stop completely and go inside the pitch, or you can accelerate and take that long touch down the line. Both variations are actually very effective. Just make sure that you mix it up so you don't do the same thing over and over again. Now, you can practice this move on a cone by yourself, but just make sure to practice the body feint and faking your touch, because that is what will either make or break the move for you guys. Now, another important thing is to look at the defender's legs. Try to figure out when the defender is trying to attack you. At first, it might be kind of difficult to notice, but soon you'll get the hang of it and get the little cues. So just keep practicing. Next up, we have going inside the pitch. One thing Saka will do in a game is going inside the field instead of staying wide, and that happens a lot. Now, this will open up some new passing opportunities with either your striker, your attacking midfielder, or your central midfielder. Now, the way Saka does this is to seek the ball downfield when his fullback has the ball. But then instead of opening up and going outside, he will take a touch inside the pitch and look for passing opportunities. Now, he often links up with Martin Ødegaard in a quick 1-2 or look towards Kai Havertz or Gabriel Jesus up top. Now, to do this properly, you need to do it with speed and already be moving inside before your teammate passes you the ball. And if you want the trick to work every time you try it, you can't do it every single time you receive the ball. Again, mix it up, because otherwise the defenders will see what's coming. Sometimes stay on the outside and wait for the ball. Sometimes go deep for a through ball, and sometimes go inside and try and link up with your teammates. That is what the great wingers do, and also what you should do. Now, the third thing to learn from Saka is the curl cross aiming at the back post, which is a pretty effective way to score goals as a team. So, Bukayo Saka is an inverted winger, which means that he normally has to do a cross with his non-dominant leg if he goes down the line, and for most people that means going down in quality, obviously. However, Saka likes to do a cut inside the pitch and use his dominant left foot to cross instead, and this is actually often as effective, if not more. Now, first of all, the ball is curling towards the goal, which means that it only takes a slight deflection to be really dangerous. And second, you give your striker and midfielders more time to get forward and move into the box, and thus have more players inside the box, meaning you're more likely to hit someone and score. Just make sure that you put the cross in with a nice bit of curl and pick a teammate to aim for. Then hopefully you will experience at least a good level of success. Now, the fourth thing we need to take note of from Saka is to not be afraid of trying a one-on-one. Look, I know that most young players learn that you need to keep possession and play it safe, but as a winger, you are allowed to try things and risk things, which means that sometimes you will lose the ball. You can't do that to the same extent as a midfielder or especially a defender, but wingers are, they're allowed to lose the ball. If you look at the best wingers in the world, they try things and they fail in their one-on-ones in almost every single game. But that's okay, because beating a player one-on-one is one of the most difficult and effective things at the same time that you can do in football. Now, if you succeed and you go past the defender, you're going to be open to either get a shot on goal or to do a dangerous cross and the pass. And if you need inspiration on how to beat your opponents in one-on-one situations, you can take a look at our video with 25 dribbling skills to destroy defenders after you finish watching this video. And of course also, make sure you practice the skill moves before you try them in a match. I mean, there's always a risk of failure, but the more you practice, the smaller that risk becomes. Now finally, we have beating your opponent with your first or your second touch. This is something that you wingers need to have in your playbook if you want to take it to the next level. And Saka does this in different ways. You can either receive the ball on your first touch and then go around the defender with the outside of your foot, or you can receive the ball with the outside of your foot just like Thiago does. Now you can, however, also receive the ball with both insteps or even behind your leg. Whichever way you want is good. Just keep in mind that you need to fool the defender here. So no matter which variant, you need to do a strong body feint and go around the defender in the next move. And that will give you some space to find the right next pass or move for you to do. So practice this with a teammate or by passing the ball up against the wall and do all the different ways of receiving the ball several times until you can basically do it in your sleep. And then maybe you will start to look like Saka on the pitch. And that wraps up the video with 5 things that you can learn from Bukayo Saka and hopefully implement into your own game. But which player should we take a look at next? Well, let us know in the comment section right down below. And remember that if you need new football boots or new gear, hit the link to Unisport to your right. And also, if you just want to keep learning, well, there's a very nice playlist down to your left. But of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet with the notifications on, do that before you do anything else. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Signing off. Cheerio.